Hi, it's Life Thrummy Eyes. Wow, Life Thrummy Eyes. Hello. Hello, SG. Hello, Terry. Hello, Natalie. Bayola. Let me say hi to the people. Natty Flight. Greetings. I feel like it's a bit. What do we have here? Terry, good morning. Just me. I did a video. Hello there, and good morning. I would love if you do a video on gang stalking. I have done that already. Gang stalking, all those were old videos. I think gang stalking was one of my first videos. Maybe I'll do another one. But at the moment, I've pretty much gravitated away from that energy. I talk about them here and there, but life through my eyes, Jaya B. Good morning from New Zealand, Black Baby. Suyin. Hello, Suyin. Greetings, everyone. We are saying hello. Actually, let me highlight some of this. Oh, we are back. Okay. I don't even know what I did. Let's see. Greetings, Denzo, and all. The signs that you are dating or you're on a date with a narcissist. Mama T, you're back. I can see you. Just me. You just found us. Yeah, I know. We have a lot of new subscribers recently, and there is a lot of content from way back that you've not watched. So what I advise you guys to do, you go back, so you can go back in the older videos. That's why you're going to find there's a lot of videos back there that I used to share. Okay, let me see. Let us. There is a lot of content from back. Empress Abundance 777. Good morning, beautiful soul. Shay G, child of God. How are you? Yeah, Sharon, that's right. So, hurting is low vibration. Crying, hurting, it brings down your frequency. So you have to find some things that you can do that can boost your frequency, so you can get out of that energy. Chris Hard. Hello, Chris. I wasn't even sure that I wanted to do a live today, but because of time. So we're going to start very soon. I don't believe it's a very long video. Just me. I have to say you're amazing. I do believe I'm a chosen one. Actually, your videos do relate to gang stalking. I'm just trying to understand because I'm a TI. What is a TI? Child of God, don't fall for that. Do not fall for those kind of. That's a Hoover, actually. That's a Hoover coming. So I hope you know what's a Hoover. That's a Hoover, child of God. So don't fall for those Hoovers. That is how those guys, they swiftly return to your life. And before you know it, you're back in into the abuse. I don't even know why you're still talking to your ex. You know, I don't know how your ex, I don't know if your ex is a narcissist or not, but how do you have communications back and forth with your ex if it's not regarding the kids? So co-parenting, it has to be done. You have to agree on the methods, but it will make more sense if you do it in a way that it doesn't allow those guys to come back into your house. So it should be done outside. You can hand him the kids, him the kids, and you can agree on the. You can make some arrangements with him, but anything to do with you and him, you really have to figure out. It's over. Okay, you need to close those doors. Empaths, you guys have got to start closing some doors. If you want to be free, you have got to close some doors. If you do not close the doors, the cycle will not stop. Haron, how are you, Haron? So guys, if you have got a YouTube channel, email me, because I can't go through all the posts. You can email me and I'll share your channel. I've always done that from day one. I will share your channel with our members. So there may be some members from our team, from our family, who might actually come around and check what you're doing, okay? So you can give me the channel, give me the link to your channel, and I will always, I've done that already. I've done that with a couple of channels here. I'll share your channel, your page, and we can support each other, okay? I'm talking to the ones who are content creators. You have started doing this YouTube and everything, you're sharing stuff. Email me your channel, and I will share your channel on this platform. Cynthia Coleman. Gang stalkers throwing bad energy onto you, just walking down street, driving past home, just focus. I know I've been hit. I have one yelling at morning, talking, using race. I'm reading your comments, guys. Just Me has been, so Just Me is a new member as well. A new follower, subscriber. Nathalie, feels good to be single than being with a stressful man. You're right about that. You don't need any form of stress. Actually, I think I could use the theme. Let me see this one. How about this? Let's stick with this, I think, for now. Yeah, so on the background, there is so much to this thing I need to learn. This app. Let's see this one. How about this one? How about that one? All right. I'm just wondering something. Do blood types have any connection? Like being Rh negative, I do not know the details of blood types. I know what is my blood type, but personally, Sam, what do you mean by that question? What do you mean by that statement? You know, you need to be careful what you wish for. Guys, you need to stop. Be very careful, guys, with the way you use with the terms that you're using. Sometimes you are setting yourself up for things that you're not even ready for, okay? So Natalie, single mom with a daughter. Natalie, how long have you been NAC free? So guys, like I've told you before, I'm building a platform where we can connect people who are trying to find their tribe. You are trying to find other empaths somewhere. You're trying to connect with people with similar energy. I'm looking for a platform where we can do that. It hasn't been so easy lately because I don't know which one is the best one we can use. The safe one, because we need to be also very careful about safety. It's very important to keep everyone safe. There's many empaths who are looking for who are looking to meet other empaths. You know, people like who are like you. You no longer want to run into NACs. We're working on that. So if you guys have got some suggestions of which platform I can use in that way, as I'm also doing my own research, you can always email me, and I will figure something out what we can do. It's always good to have people who speak your language, you know, and you can talk about some things, and you're not going to be called crazy because you're talking about something that somebody doesn't understand. So it would be nice to have such a platform where we can always share ideas. And I've got a Patreon account. I don't know if I can use Patreon. Guys, what do you think? How many of you think that we should go now? We should use my Patreon account? How many of you think it's a good idea? Give us a one. If you think Patreon is okay, give us a one. Give us a one in the comments. If you think Patreon, I've got a Patreon account. Is it okay that we use my account to communicate with other empaths? What do we do? I've got an account on Patreon. If that's okay, then I'll give you guys the Patreon and we can take off. If you have got another idea, you can email me about which idea you have. Which platform can we use? The fifth world, hello to you. The fifth world. We have a comment from Risa, Israela. Roberta. Hello, Roberta. Roberta. Narcissistic dad damaged David for $2 million. Wow. So co-parenting is possible. That is a comment from SG. Co-parenting is possible. There is so many people who co-parent with a narcissist. It takes a different level of healing to be able to do that. And it takes some time and patience as well. I co-parent, there's no issues. We set our terms very clear in the beginning. And I do co-parent, okay? I've got kids. So co-parenting is possible. You just have to find a way. But in my opinion, I would normally advise when it comes to co-parenting, I would advise you to get away first and heal some, okay? Get away first and heal some, because co-parenting with a narcissist is going to be very, very difficult and it's going to trigger you. So you need a certain level of healing to be able to co-parent with a narcissist in a very healthy way. at least even a couple of months. Okay, then after you can now start to co-parent and take care of the children. And also it depends, because there are some narcissists who don't believe in co-parenting. They have nothing. They have no business with children, so they don't even want to know what's going on with the kids. If you have that kind of narcissist, then I would believe you have to do that alone. But there are some narcissists who are still involved with children. Okay, so not all narcissists are the same. There are some of them can co-parent with you. It may be difficult. We already know it's very difficult, but some do. Okay, not all of them abandon their children. So co-parenting is possible. That is from SG. TK Bills, how are you? 6 years free, Natalie. So, guys, we already know that every narcissistic relationship, I'll be going through the comments as we speak. So every narcissistic relationship has started with a date. It was a simple date. It was a simple cup of coffee. It was a simple meal. It was a simple walk in the park. Maybe it was a pub or a club. Every relationship, not only narcissistic relationship, everything starts with a date. You agree to go on a date. The reason why you agree to go on a date is because you're seeing some potential in someone that you can actually have a relationship with them. Okay, I'm in the relationships situation here, so we may not focus on friendships and other stuff, although it may also be a very important thing to look at. So you have decided to go on a date. Of course, back in that time, you didn't know what was going on. This person showed up. They handed you their CV. You read through their CV a little bit, and the CV looked too good to be true. Okay, so he was like, okay, so they are the one. And then, of course, by some chance, you agreed to go on a date. Okay. Now, in my own personal journey and experience, I've dated with so many narcissists. I've told you guys my life has been. That is the reason as to why you see I have a lot of information on narcissists, because I have seen these people. I know them. I can read them like a book. I can smell them from a distance. Guys, is there a narcissist on this channel? I think there's a narcissist watching. Why am I feeling this? Is there a narcissist on the live? Okay. Okay, I think the narcissist is gone. I think there was a narcissist spying on this channel. It may be one of the exes. So what happens when there's a narcissist on that channel? I pick up on that energy. Sometimes they like they like spying and behind the scenes. They want to see who is writing what, which empathies, commenting and all that stuff. So guys, be very brief with your comments. I don't want your ex-narcissists to come around and start stalking you and, seeing what you're doing online. Just be very brief and, don't say too much. So everything started with a date. Come on, let's go for a coffee. Come on, let's go for a walk. Come on, let's go that way. Let's go shopping. And I think there's a lot of narcissistic dates that have started with shopping. Okay, because those guys they have got a lot to prove. Then they took you to these malls. I've been seeing a lot of these. There's a couple of months when I used to watch these gold digger pranks. These gold diggers. They wanted to follow you to the mall, so you can take them shopping, and then you have this big car, and they was running after you because. So basically, there is things that we didn't see, and there is things that you have missed on those particular dates. Now, I will not go into the details because there's a lot of videos that talk about all signs that this one is a narcissist and signs that that one is a narcissist. So David says 1, Ozeta says 1. Is that on the Patreon? Because I've told you guys, can I open up my Patreon and we can start communicating over there? Okay, it's active already. It's actually it's running. But if you want it to be more active, then we can open it up and, but you may have to pay a fee because that Patreon requires a small fee, a monthly fee. So, you met the narcissist, very charming, this beautiful guy with the suit, that beautiful woman with a beautiful body, and you liked what you see, and you was swept off your feet, okay? And you was like, yes, we're gonna go on a date. I can promise you, ladies and gentlemen, the greater narcissist swept me off my feet. For you to understand that the devil comes in disguised as a beautiful woman and handsome man, they are going to sweep you off your feet. The greater narcissist swept me off my feet. You will believe this is the one. When you see them in the first time, you are going to think these are the ones, okay? That body is irresistible. They are showing up at this, very nice, humble, beautiful, empathic, elegant guy and everything, and you're going to think that's the one. And a lot of chosen ones, especially a lot of you empaths, especially the unawakened ones, you have fallen for that trap, including me. I fell for that trap back in the days. It doesn't happen anymore. But many of us have fallen for that trap, so it's a trap they set up in the beginning. We are going to carefully look behind the scenes. I'm going to bring you guys behind the scenes. There are some hidden signs to look out for, because you see, always the universe is speaking to us. And especially for the empaths who are very even sensitive to energy, highly sensitive people, usually you've got that thing inside of you that always speaks to you, okay? Whenever you're in certain situations, although many empaths are not so developed, so they can actually not see these signs. I'm going to bring two guys behind the scenes. So in the future, this Superman shows up, this Superwoman shows up, you can send them packing, okay, empaths? Those superwomen, those models, they are showing up and they want to date with you, you can send them packing. You have nothing to lose, ladies and gentlemen. When you are with these kind of people, you let them in, you're going down. So Telegram, Discord, yeah, of this one. So David says there's a Discord and a Telegram. Now, I don't yet have a Telegram account, but that is something I can look into. I will have some time to check it out and see if it's going to work for us. Sign number 1, that you are dating, or you are going on a date, or you have dated a narcissist, is when you have a detour. Now, for the most of you guys who are driving, you have agreed to meet at a certain place. So you're driving to that place, okay? And for some reason, the road is blocked. And they're telling you guys you need to branch off somewhere, there's another route you need to take and stuff like that. There's a detour on that journey. The detour, what is really happening behind the scenes, it is your spirit guides, your angels. It is God speaking to you that, listen, wherever you're going, you actually need to make a detour, because wherever you're going to meet, because you see, sometimes there are these signs that God will see before we do, okay? In the spirit, there's things that have already manifested and been seen in spirit before they are manifested physically. So the signs is normally what you should look out for. If you have met someone, they could be in the other town, you have agreed to meet on the date and stuff like that, And either you or that person that you're going to meet, the narcissist you're going to meet, they have called you and they have told you, oh, you know, there's something going on the roads. There are some works happening here. We have to make a detour. I'm gonna be late or stuff like that. That is a very powerful sign. God is speaking to you. You need to not go ahead with that meeting, okay? For some reason, you need to not, it is a sign from the universe that you need to, you need not go ahead with that meeting because there is something in the spiritual realm you do not see that has already manifested. You're most likely going to meet a narcissist. And sometimes it can be, you know, there was a date going on, you wanted to go on this date, and of course you prepared yourself, you had your shower, you did your makeup and everything. Then you go into your car, or you rent for the buses or whatever, depending where you are, which transport systems you're using. And for some reason, you have stopped because you have forgotten something at home. Maybe you forgot your wallet, or you forgot something. There is something you've forgotten. Maybe you thought, I think I should take my jacket. You have gone back and you have picked up your jacket. Anything that looks like a detour, it is a sign. God is trying to block you from that meeting. Okay, so these are the things that have been happening over and over again many times when I've been meeting these people. I didn't know what they meant back then, but post-awakening, I was able to understand that also. Those were all signs in the beginning that I was not supposed to go ahead and meet those particular individuals because I've seen all these things, okay? Number 2, sign you are about to date. You are on a date, or you have been on a date with a narcissist, is when you have a car puncture. There is something wrong with the car. Everything was okay yesterday. You drove your car, you came and you parked it in your yard. On the date, you're supposed to meet these people. All of a sudden, you go out and there's a car puncture. There is even a very big chance that your angels have punctured that car because they don't want you to go on that date. So these things happen where everything, you know, it's like in the spiritual realm, there is forces that are trying to protect you. You guys have heard about this thing where they say, actually, rejection is actually for your own protection. Sometimes there's cases when you are being protected, but you cannot see it. It's because, you know, there's this ego. The ego does not allow you to see that you are being protected from these forces, you know, from the enemy. There's a car puncture, or sometimes you woke up and something's happened to your car. Maybe the car will not start, something wrong with the engine, something wrong with the battery. Or sometimes you wake up in the morning and all of a sudden it has snowed. You cannot even move your car out of that home. All those are signs. They are not coincidences. Those are signs that the person that you're going to meet, that date is not worth it, and you should abort mission, okay? So if you're a person, as I go through these signs, you have seen them, let us know which one of them resonates. So those are the signs that you are going to meet a narcissist. You are going on a date with a narcissist, or you have been on a date with a narcissist. Sometimes you're driving back from that date and you found your car was punctured, you found something, you know, your car wouldn't start, and sometimes you have to call in a taxi or something like that, the breakdowns and stuff like that. All those are hidden signs that you've just met a very evil person, okay? So there is a mismatch of energy. Your energy doesn't match with theirs. Is the reason as to why all these things are starting to happen, because you guys are not supposed to be together. You're just forcing your way into their lives, or they are forcing their way into your life, but the two of you are not meant to be together. And these are the hidden signs God will give you to show you that that date is or has been with the narcissist, okay? Another one will be sign, that is number 3. You are going on a date, or you are on a date, or you have been on a date with a narcissist. It will be gut instinct. You know, the gut speaks to you. There's something will start, you know, there's something you will feel in the lower part of your abdomen on that particular date. It is a very uncomfortable feeling, okay? So especially for the highly sensitive people, the empaths, they have usually seen and felt that thing whereby you have got something in your gut is telling you there is something going on here. You just don't actually figure out what it is. You cannot understand what it is, but there is something going on the inside of you that you cannot explain. There's a very strong gut instinct is telling you there is something wrong here. Okay, so normally I can remember like 3, 4, maybe 5 times I felt that instinct in the beginning. You know, however much everything looked so good to be true, too good to be true, there was always that thing that spoke to me that would tell me that this thing is not going to work out. You might be just trying your luck, but at the end of the day, it will not work out. Even then, back at the time, I wasn't yet awakened, so I didn't know who a narcissist was. But on looking back at the moment, I'm thinking that all those were signs that I should have seen that I was actually on a date with a narcissist. Okay. Sign number 4 is unnecessary bathroom or toilet visits. Have you ever been with a person and you're on a date? Everything is going well. They just sat down like 2 minutes. They're up to go to the bathroom. They came back. They had one sip of a drink or whatever. They had, something small to eat. In a minute or two, they're going back to the bathroom. And you can count the times they have visited the bathroom. They have been frequently going to the bathroom up and down. They couldn't sit in one place. Now, I do not really believe that a person has got to be on a date, let's say for an hour or two, and they've already been to the bathroom 5, 6, or 7 times. It doesn't make sense. Normally, what is really happening is that the person that you're dating is wearing a mask. The reason why they're going to the bathroom, they're actually going there to fix the mask. Because you see, the narcissist subconsciously believes or thinks that whenever they're around you, especially when they know that they are lying to you, they know that they are not worthy of you, they're lying to you, they're trying to love bomb you. So they are always running up and down, going to the bathroom to fix the mask. Okay, so that's why you see them running up and down. 2 minutes. Oh, excuse me, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. This. Give me a minute. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Give me a minute. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Sometimes they might make an excuse and they might say, "Oh, I need to call my agent or stuff like that." Then they're gonna get up and go and make a call away from you. That one is a very powerful sign. There's a very big chance you're dating the person that is in that moment with you is a narcissist. When they're running up and down to the bathroom, or sometimes they're running away every now and then to make a few calls. There is some things that they are setting up that you cannot see. Okay? There is stuff that they are setting up that you cannot see, is why they need to get away from you a little bit. Sometimes it could be a covert narcissist who is running to check in the mirrors. How is the mask? How is that? Because they were, before they show up, they have already put a lot of layers of makeup. And it has got to be very convincing makeup. So they need to go and check, is the makeup intact? Is everything intact? What about this thing? What about the earrings? What about that? They are going up and down to fix. They're not confident, okay? So they lack confidence because, like I've told you guys, these are empty vessels. So they only need that mask to suck you into that entanglement or relationship. So they need to go every now and then to fix that mask. I do appreciate Ali Berry, thank you for sharing your thoughts and energy with us, sending amazing vibrations for a beautiful and abundant 2024. You deserve the best. I thank you very much, Ali Berry, for the donation, $888. So, if you have seen that sign again, let us know, guys, in the comments. Let us know in the comments if you have seen that. When you've been on a date with someone and they have been running every now and then 5, 6, 7, 8 times to the bathroom, or sometimes they've been running up and down to. It feels like it feels like they're talking to somebody on the phone on the other side, and they always have an excuse to step away from you. Okay, there is things they're hiding from you. They don't want you to know, and they don't want you to see. And somebody has also said here, they're also checking their phone which is a very common thing as well. You're on a date and all of a sudden they're on their phone, they're on the Snapchat, or they are sending email, they're live on Instagram. They always have something to prove, okay? So they're always running up and down with their phones. It is a powerful sign that person most likely they are a narcissist, okay? The reason why they keep on jumping up and down is because they are nervous, okay? They know they have got nothing to bring to the table, they have got nothing to offer, but they need you in their lives. So there's things they don't want you to see. They're hiding something behind the scenes. That's why you see them, they're very uncomfortable and nervous, moving all over the place, okay? Sign number 5, that you are dating a narcissist, or you have been on a date with a narcissist, or you are going on a date with a narcissist, is when the universe will speak through people, okay? The universe is going to speak. So those are your angel guides, your angels, your spirit team. You start into hearing some conversations, people talking, oh, people are telling you that you shouldn't do this, don't date that person, don't date that person, don't date this person, and don't date that person. And sometimes it's like ringing in your ears. Whenever you step out of the house, maybe it's been a couple of days, and there's people who know that you have met someone, maybe you've told some of your friends and family members, you have met this guy or you have met this woman, and there is something they're telling you that I think you shouldn't actually date that person. Did you know that almost 90% of the empaths did not listen to that voice? Somebody came and told you, your mother begged you, don't date that person. Your father begged you, don't date the person. Anybody who begged you, do not date that person, you did not listen. You went ahead to go on that date, and before you know it, you have paid the price. So those voices that are coming from the family members and friends from outside of you, that is the universe speaking to you. There are some things that the universe can see that you do not see. Even sometimes the universe is going to speak to you through friends, acquaintances, neighbors, family members, and people like that. And you're going to hear some voices. Somebody is going to say, do not date that person. Don't go on that date. Something I feel is off with the person. Something is this or something is that. There's a chance they're trying to save you from disaster, because that is how empaths have ended up in relationships which have cost them their life. They have been entangled for years because they didn't listen to the voices that was telling them, okay? Maybe sometime you thought, oh, your mother was jealous, your dad was jealous, your uncle was jealous, that friend of yours is jealous. That's why they don't want you to go on that date. But your friends are speaking to you, do not go on that date. You didn't listen. Those are signs. They are hidden and spiritual signs. You are going on a date, or you is on a date, or you have been on a date with a narcissist. It could even sometimes have been like 2 days later on, and you have told your friends about the date. Or sometimes your friends have like run into this person and they've like, oh, you know what? I saw this person in the yard. They were walking with someone and things like that. Then they came and told you this story, and I was like, no. I think you guys have got it all messed up or twisted or some stuff like that, and you have just decided to stick to that person. It was for you too good to be true, and you are too afraid and worried to let this individual go because you believe they were supposed to be for you. They were not for you, okay? It was always set up. Listen to the voices, listen to the sounds on the universe, listen to the sounds of the universe. There's people talking, your aunties are talking, your friends are talking, your mother is talking. Listen very closely, empaths. There's always a message out there, okay? Number 6, that you is on a date, or you are going on a date, or you have been on a date with a narcissist. The dreams. Even some of us, before we have been on those dates, we have already had dreams about the person. There's a chance, even if that didn't happen before, you are on that particular day on the date. Maybe sometimes you have spent the evening together. You could have gone out on a date and you've ended up in their house, or they ended up in your house somehow. But somehow you've ended up, because what I know with narcissists, they are very quick with intimacy. So sometimes you might meet a narcissist who is like, you've just gone out with them on the first date or second date, They want to get to bed with you, okay? You go to sleep, you'll have a dream. It can be not necessarily directly showing you that person, but the dream could actually tell you that you are being attacked spiritually, okay? It could be a nightmare. You've woken up in the middle of the night and for some reason you've had a very, very strange dream, very, very serious nightmare. You couldn't sleep. For some reason you could not sleep. Even if you slept, you had actually very horrific dreams. As far as I remember with my engagement with Narcissist, especially the greater one, actually the greater one, I remember the dreams was very intensive, okay? These were like really, really serious spiritual attacks, okay? If I did not think very quickly to get out of that entanglement, it was going to become a problem. So God opened my eyes very quickly and I stepped out of it. But in those early, I could say the early week, the first week, I could say, of intimacy and sleeping together. So I experienced a series of very horrific dreams. That thing was like about 4 or 5 days. Every night I went to sleep, there was a very bad dream. The second one, there was a very bad dream. So I was like starting to figure out that why all of a sudden am I with this person and I'm having these, very horrible nightmares. It's like I couldn't sleep. Every morning I wake up, all the energy is gone, stuff like that. Those are all signs from the universe. The universe can usually also speak to us through dreams. And those are things you should look out for. If you're sleeping with a person with very good intentions and beautiful energy, there's no reason for you to sleep with them and have nightmares. Okay, so that is a sign that you're sleeping with a person who is already dealing with different entities that you do not even know. Okay. Sign number 7, you are going on a date with a narcissist. You are already on a date with a narcissist, or you have been on a date with a narcissist. On that particular day of the date, you have lost something. You could have been out in a restaurant somewhere and you figured out that you've lost your necklace. Maybe something happened, you've lost your watch, or something has happened, you've lost your bag, or sometimes you've lost your wallet, maybe sometimes you've lost your credit card. Something has been, something has just disappeared out of the blue. You cannot explain. You have looked everywhere, you're looking around. It does not matter who has stolen it, it does not matter who has taken it, but you have lost something on that date. It is your credit card, your bank card, it is your wallet, it is your purse, you have lost your jacket. You have lost something on that date. I remember we were talking about 3 years ago, I think, or maybe more. I cannot be so sure. So I had a date with this narcissist and I lost my sweater. I cannot tell you how it happened, who took the sweater, where it went. I do not remember any event. But what I remember is coming back home and I couldn't find my sweater. Only for me to figure out that actually in a couple of days later that this was another emotional vampire. Okay, so you guys have to be very, very careful. Look out for the signs. Okay, look out. There's always signs. The universe is speaking to you. But the problem with empaths is that they always want to give people a benefit of a doubt. Let me give him a chance. Let me give her a chance. You never know. This could work and that could work. Read the signs. It's as simple as that. Read the signs if you can. The signs are always all over the place. If you know where to look, you can see the signs. Okay. So you're a person who has been on the date, or you're on the date and for some reason you cannot find your bank card. It was in the wallet. Something is gone. You are with a narcissist. Okay. So me, I've told you already in my videos, this whole thing is spiritual. There is spiritual things happening in the spiritual realm. And these people, they're agents. Okay. So when you start to see all those things starting to happen, it means you're about to encounter the most difficult individual you've ever seen in your life. Anybody who has been with a narcissist, they will already tell you what it really means to be around a narcissist for a number of years. Okay. Ali Berry, they all called me the narc and said I was delusional. They also spread really terrible things about me. I wonder if they believe those things. That's a comment. I'm reading your comments as well. I'm here because you're doing good work, but I'm at peace now and I understand all of these things after having a hard life. Okay, that is usual. B Mark says, we are chosen and need not fear. We already have guidance. We must trust our own senses. That is from, where was it? From Eden's. Nguyen says, I'm telling you, it's a demonic spirit. That is from Nguyen. The truth, actually, the truth is talking about a sweater. That the truth, I've just talked about a sweater as well. They steal your things. If it ain't one thing, it's another. So they steal your things. That narcissist stole my sweater. So I was coming back home and I figured out my sweater was missing. I looked around everywhere. I called every place. They couldn't see the sweater. So the narcissist ran off with my sweater. I think maybe these are these witches. So maybe they believe that they believe that they could go around and do some magic on that sweater, but they just didn't understand the people they have stolen from. You know, I couldn't even figure out what happened later on or what happened next. I never heard from them again. But they disappeared with my sweater. So you lose items, that is a very big sign you're with the wrong person. They could have stolen that stuff from you, or somebody could have come and stolen that stuff from you. It's a sign. That's an narcissist. You have to run. Another one, actually, I've got a bonus one. You're on the date with this person. It's a very nice cold breeze. Everything is okay. The air conditioners are on and everything. The person is burning up. They are sweating. Okay? They are sweating. If it's a woman, their makeup is running down. It's like they're losing their makeup with the sweat. They cannot even maintain because for some reason they are burning up. It's because they are around a very powerful energy. And they know they're not supposed to be there. So they are actually in places they know they're not supposed to be. Is why you see them, they're fidgeting around, they are burning, they are sweating, something is wrong, they are sometimes removing their jackets or whatever sweaters, they cannot sit properly, they cannot sit tight. Sometimes they're running out to grab some fresh air. All these are signs you are dealing with a narcissist. Empaths, you run, okay? When you're on a date with a narcissist, maybe they'll say in the first couple of days, and you figure out they are talking about, you know, they're always talking about horror movies. They're always talking about something about vampires. They're always talking about something like, you know, there is things that they're talking about that all those things include evil. You know, last time I was on the road, and can you believe, I'm just giving you an example, but it can be anything. So they're talking about, for example, yesterday there was on the road, and then, you know, something happened, and this car flipped over like 10 times, and the driver jumped out of the car, and the body was disembodied and stuff like that. They are talking about things that even are making you very uncomfortable to put out of your mouth, okay? It is a sign those are very evil people. Sometimes you could find maybe they're talking about something very horrible that happened at their job. Oh, you know, there was this big machine and there was this worker and, you know, something happened and you know, something cut their hands off. Those are the things they are talking about. For them, because I've told you these guys, they like this kind of energy. It's very negative and very evil energy, but that's what they feed off. So they like those kind of conversations. So if you're around a person who is only talking about such stories, very horrible stories and horrific stories to you, there's nothing else to talk about. One moment is a good thing, and the other 5 moments is a very bad thing. Horrible things have happened in their work, horrible things happened in the job, horrible things happened to their cats, or the cat fell off the 5th floor and the cat broke its back, or stuff like that. Or we have been to what do they call these guys? The veterinary, whatever. What do they call those guys who are dealing with the veterinaries? They are only talking about negative stuff. That is a very powerful sign. You have got to run. Okay? You have not business with that kind of person. You have got to run, because that is what they're always going to be talking about when you're together. They are feeding their empty souls with negative energy. Okay? And then the other one, which I could talk about, which is a very common one, I think many of us have seen this one, is when you're talking with a person, you're on a date, okay? They are very obsessed about themselves, you know? They are extremely obsessed about themselves. They are talking about, oh, you know, I bought this suit. This suit cost $3,000. I bought it in the mall and this and stuff like that and everything. They are talking about things that they own. Oh, you know, I'm the boss of this telephone company. I'm the boss of that building. You know, the building down there in the corner of the street and everything. That is, I'm the supervisor of that place. You know, I'm driving this type of a car. They always have got these kind of things because that's what they live for. Okay, so they are very material people as well. So sometimes you may find that when you're with them, even sometime in the beginning, like I said, on this first date, they are talking about their Armani suit. They are talking about this watch, you know, that's the Rolex one, this is the recent one. That's, you know, I'm driving that kind of car, you know, I live in this house and, you know, I'm the boss of that place. That's what they're talking about. Very rarely are they talking about themselves because there's nothing on them in the inside to talk about. You see, those people, they are hollow. They are very hollow. They are black holes, okay? A narcissist is a black hole. When you open them up, you're not going to see anything inside. It's almost, they don't even have intestines. They are black holes. There's no soul. The only world which exists for them is the world which is outside of them. So they do not have an inner world. They will not tell you how they really feel. They will not tell you what they think about some things, what is in their mind, you know, what kind of, you know, they will not talk about their self from the inside. They are going to talk about themselves from the outside. Because it is the outside world that really exists in a narcissist mind. It is their job. It is their children, you know, it is their car, it is their pets. You know, they bought this dog, it cost them $3,000. They bought that house, it's a very big mansion, and they paid that price for it. They are going to be talking about things that for you is business as usual. It is things you don't even kick you. You know, you don't even like, what do they call it? There's things, you know, when you're true empath, the world of an empath lies inside of them. They are people who are very composed, naturally composed. So you do not have to come around and tell them a lot about what you have and don't have. And you think that you're going to, like, you know, to get into their heads. They're not bothered with those things because an empath wants to learn or wants to know somebody on the inside, really. They want to know what that person is all about, you know, because empath people, they're very compassionate people and all about empathy. So they want to know a person on a deep level. And they can be less bothered by what you drive, what kind of job you do. An empath will date you. An empath can even date you without a job, you know? You don't need a very big job to date an empath. An empath, when they realize you're a good person, they will date you and they're going to work with you. They're going to work with you to build because empaths are builders. But narcissists, they're people who show up, you know, first day, second day. The only thing you hear is talking about themselves. They are boasting about everything they have. Sometimes they're even lying. They could even sometimes have borrowed the car to come on that date. You know, they took their friend's car because they wanted to go and meet some girl. You guys know those kind of things where this guy, you know, he just went and borrowed the car from the neighborhood because he wanted to come and date you, only for you to find out that the car wasn't his. You know, he just used the car to come and impress you. So they're all about impression and everything. You have nothing to impress to an empath. The only thing you can do for an empath is be yourself. Just be your organic, authentic self. That is the only thing which impresses an empath. But of course, like back in the days, a lot of us, we've been asleep, so we didn't know this kind of individuals even existed in the first place. So in one way, shape, or form, we have fallen for those games, okay? And we have also paid the price for that. So those are the signs I could give you tonight, ladies and gentlemen, that you are on a date with a narcissist, or you are about to go on a date with a narcissist, or you have been on a date with a narcissist. If there is some other signs I've mentioned in this video, you can come around and let us know in the comment section below. So you guys know that I do love and appreciate your support. It's been an hour with you guys. I wish you all the best. I've tried my best to read a couple of comments from you. Thank you for the likes. I hope you guys have already hit that like button by now. You can share the video if you want, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in my next one. Denzamos signing out. Much love and blessings. Peace. And guys, don't forget to give me, I've already heard from somebody that said Telegram, and what was that one? Was it Telegram and what? What was that comment? I'm looking for a platform where we can share, where we have empaths and we can share stuff together. Okay, somebody said Facebook is too outdated, it's too old school. Many people are even, actually I'm off Facebook as well. I need a platform where we can join and share stuff together, and you know, meet some new people, make some friends, stuff like that. It would be nice to have an empath platform, because we can't do it here on YouTube. Okay. Send me an email if you have an idea of how we can go forward with this. And like I've said, I wish you guys the best. Thank you for supporting my channel. We have hit 29,000 subscribers. We are still going. The channel is just getting started, and you can expect a lot from me. Ladies and gentlemen, we are just getting started. Okay. The ones who have just joined us, I encourage you to go back to the older videos. There's so much insights in those videos I used to share back in the days in my early healing journey. There is so many things that will help you. Okay. You want a session? You will find an email in the description below. You can write me, I'll give you the details. If you would like support or donate to my channel, the links you need as well, you will find them in the description. And I'll catch you guys in my next one. Desmond signing out. Much love and blessings. Peace.